This morning. What we want to share with you, I'm going to ask, I meant to tell you, Vic, I'm going to put you on the spot. He's going to come. Our kids just went to camp last week. These are our camp shirts. God done some great things. I'll share a little bit about that right after. I'm going to ask Vic to come up. Let's welcome Vic. He is our youth pastor here. He was working that thing all week, and our helpers, he'll introduce them and the kids. And Vic, why don't you share a little bit about that, and then there'll be a video after you.
Yes, sir. Good morning. First and foremost, we want to thank God. We want to thank the Holy Spirit, because without the Holy Spirit showing up, there's nothing we can do. We saw some things this week, and Pastor reminded me. He said, man, we can't fabricate this. We can't do anything to make this happen. The Holy Spirit has to show up and do the work. And by the grace of God, he did. So I want to thank him. I want to thank Pastor and the leadership of this church for trusting us and for being open and for having a heart for these children. I want to thank Billy and Aaron Bradshaw. Matter of fact, can we please clap it up for them? When I was put in this position, Billy had already been working towards making this happen for the youth. She already had gotten contact with Caswell, got all the information. The process was already more than halfway done when I came in. So I've learned how her and Aaron have labored with Pastor Sean, with Miss Lisa, to make this happen. And I just came in and played my part. So I'm so thankful for them, their heart for the children. I could go on about that. You guys know they stepped in at a critical time and gave these kids some consistency and an ability to look forward to come and do something on Wednesday night. So I'm so thankful for them. All the kids that came to camp, where you at? Are we all spread out? Are we somewhere? Can you stand up real quick? Yes, can we give them a hand? So what I saw real quick was a group of kids who took a chance. I mean, some of them are gone away from their parents for the first time. That's not an easy thing. I was away from my wife, kinda, for a week, and I was missing the world out of her. So I could imagine your first time being away from your parents. I seen kids working through that. I seen kids coming together that didn't really spend a lot of time with each other and forming bonds and forming friendships. One thing I will brag about, and it's a testament to this church and to the mothers and fathers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, we have a great group of kids, man. We did not have to do a whole bunch of behavioral checking. There wasn't a whole bunch of meetings about, you're not going to be able to do this if you continue to do that. We have a good group of kids, man, who have that word in them, who have a moral compass in them, that we, as a church and as family, need to come together and just help them navigate, help them grow, and help them use it in a positive way. But the foundation that we have, that this church has as far as its youth, is something that we should be excited about. So I saw kids coming together. I saw different coaches, different situations. I saw them eating together, hanging out together, doing Bible study together. And it all culminated at the end of the week with a praise and worship. And our kids just broke. The Holy Spirit fell on them, and they just broke. I'm talking about tears flowing. I'll tell you a quick little story. We're up in the balcony, set up something like this. And my wife is like, is Michaela crying? What happened? Because, mind you, they let the kids run to the front of the stage. Praise and worship was amazing. So you got kids literally jumping and praising to the point where the balcony was shaking. So there's a bunch of kids excited, and we see Michaela going like this. So I'm like, man, maybe somebody elbowed her by mistake in the praise and worship. But we continue to watch, and then I saw the girls all come together and hug. I'm talking about all next to them, people jumping, worshiping, and our little group of girls just in there crying, just having a moment that spilled out. I'm talking about the praise and worship ended. We're outside in the lobby. These girls are still crying. Now they bring in Aiden and Micah and Ledger, and now it just turned into a Holy Spirit moment that I'm not exaggerating, went on maybe 30, 40 minutes after the praise and worship. It spilled into the small group meeting that we have at the end of every service. And so that's what our prayer was, and that's what we were asking you guys to pray for, is that the Holy Spirit touch these kids in a way that they know it had to be the Holy Spirit. You know, something that makes them curious, makes them understand, wow, this thing is real. And so it happened. And so it was a beautiful time. I challenged the leaders, the parents, all of us as a church to let's keep this fire going, you know. Let's let our children see us worship. That was one of the things that I got from all of them, was that they saw praise and worship in a way that they never saw it before. Now, we also have to teach them, you don't have to go 500 miles to the beach and have lights and smoke to initiate worship. But we do have to let them see us praising. They have to see us vulnerable, letting a song touch us and not fighting the urge to cry or to turn around and hug your wife or hug your pastor, because that's what they saw all weekend amongst their peers. And for them to come home and not see that, and the enemy start telling them, you see, that was just camp. That don't really happen. That ain't what real Christians, old folks do. Look around you. Ain't nobody doing that. You might as well sit down. We'll be ashamed. So let's keep the fire going. But we thank you. We had a great time, and this slideshow is going to speak for itself.
Ledger, what has been your favorite part about camp this week?
The food.
All right.
It's kind of hard to pick, but I think the music.
I love being here. We have a wonderful group. They have been just the best ever, and every day got better and better. So we have enjoyed from beginning to end everything that we've been able to experience and learn, and just how it all tied together. It's been amazing.
Messiah, what's been your favorite food for the week? Pizza.
Yummy pizza.
Pizza. Scotland, what's your favorite part about camp this week?
Either being like swimming at the ocean or listening to the Hatch's music, because I thought it was super cool.
I think my favorite part about camp this week is the message. The messages that are being brought. The music's awesome. Our place is beautiful, and the weather's been great. So there's just too many things to list to be my favorite. I've loved the whole trip.
View is amazing. Abby, what was your favorite thing about camp this week?
The Hatch.
All right. Kenna, what was your favorite song from worship this week?
Probably the one that was like, I ran out of that grave. That one.
Okay, I love it. Jalen, what was your favorite part about Hatch this week?
The concerts. They're the best.
Alicia, what was your most inspirational moment of camp this week?
The music and me letting the Lord back in.
All right. Aiden, what is something from the word or the message that you learned from camp this week?
I actually learned 2 acronyms. The first one was GRACE, which is God's riches at Christ's expense. And we had ACTS, which is adoration, confession, thanksgiving, and supplication.
So Michaela, what was your favorite part about camp this week?
The water.
I think my favorite part has been watching these kids grow in the Lord and knowing that they are going to take this home with them for the rest of their lives.
Packing the meals for Haiti. All right.
So there's been too much to talk about, but I love the worship, I love the pool, and I love that Miss Billy been giving me all her desserts at dinner.